Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen gave no indication that the drama abroad in Greece or in China will delay the central bank's plan to hike interest rates in the U.S. later this year. In a speech in Cleveland today, she said the Fed was on track for its first rate raise in nearly a decade. Hampton Pearson untangles the Fed speak for us tonight.
In a speech to the City Club of Cleveland, Fed Chair Janet Yellen would not say whether she anticipates one or more rate hikes at the 4 remaining meetings of the central bank this year. It all depends, she said, on more workers coming back into the labor market and more signs of stronger economic growth, including improvements in what she described as an underperforming housing market.
I expect that it will be appropriate at some point later this year to take the first step to raise the federal funds rate and thus begin normalizing monetary policy.
In an effort to ease market anxiety over interest rate liftoff, the first rate hike in nearly a decade, Yellen said Wall Street and Main Street should focus on the very gradual path of interest rate increases after that.
I currently anticipate that the appropriate pace of normalization will be gradual, and that monetary policy will need to be highly supportive of economic activity for quite some time.
Earlier this week, minutes from the mid-June Fed meeting showed monetary policymakers concerned about the Greek debt crisis and the economic slowdown in China. Not so today. Yellen said calls by IMF Director Christine Lagarde for the Fed to hold off on raising interest rates until 2016 is part of the interest rate policy debate inside the FOMC.
The members of the Federal Open Market Committee publish their own individual forecasts of the appropriate path of policy, conditional, of course, on their economic forecasts. You will also see a range of opinion there. And so it is part of the spectrum of opinion.
Today was, in many ways, a preview of the Fed Chair's semi-annual report to Congress on monetary policy and the economy. That happens next week during 2 days of hearings here on Capitol Hill. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Hampton Pearson in Washington.